Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Sunday, May 4th, 2025, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, Cash App $ ORIONNWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We have some Sunday baseball for you. The Seattle Mariners versus the Texas Rangers. We're going for the sweep. It's been crazy, in the last month. We are the number one team in baseball. And again, it feels good to be on this hot streak, but we're not done just yet. We have to see if we can win this third game in a row against the Rangers. Now, we did sweep them in Seattle, and obviously those matchups were pretty dominant. 5-3, obviously, in the first matchup. And then in game number 2, 9-2, and then a 3-1 matchup, kind of like yesterday's. And that was the rubber match there on April 13th. Then, as we saw on my birthday, we exploded for 13, won 13-1 yesterday. Very low scoring, small ball, 2-1 game. Polo and Rowdy Tellez end up being heroes, as well as JP Crawford. And now we got Logan Evans on the mound. Can't wait to see what we get. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups, baby. And George Kirby, an update on him. He is pitching for his first rehab start for the AAA affiliate, the Tacoma Rainiers. So very exciting. We should be able to get George Kirby back in a few weeks, and as long as he doesn't have any setbacks, obviously, in AAA. Let's get it, baby. We've already won our 8th consecutive series. We play the Athletics starting tomorrow at 7 p.m. They're in Sacramento in a 3-game set. And then if we can win 2 out of 3 against them, even though they've been very hot as well. And then we got the Blue Jays on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday back at T-Mobile. Can't wait to see what we get. And on the thumb on the left, our guy, Julio Rodriguez. And on the right fielder for the Rangers, Adolis Garcia. Now let's get into the starting lineups here. First for the visiting Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners at shortstop, J.P. Crawford. And I definitely had to implement some new photos for some of our guys and some of the Rangers. I like this one, and hopefully you guys like it as well. Batting second, DHing for the Mariners, Jorge Polanco. Let's go, Polo. Batting third, center fielder, tridents up, Julio Rodriguez. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, catching today for Seattle. The best catcher in MLB, leading the MLB in homers, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting fifth, playing left field, Randy Arozarena. Batting sixth, the hero from last night, first baseman, Rowdy Tellez. Batting seventh, playing right field, Miles Mastrobuoni. Batting eighth, playing third base, a defensive stud and a guy that's bred a high baseball IQ in the box, Big Ben Williamson. And batting ninth, playing second base, a player that should be starting every day. He is a stud, Leo Rivas. And making his second start in the MLB circuit, a 1-0 record with an ERA of 3.60. I feel a lot of Mariner fans have more confidence in him than Emerson Hancock, but we need both of those new guys to do well. You know who it is, Logan Evans. Let's go, baby. I'm excited. Let's get it. I like new opportunities for young guys. And again, we don't like seeing Logan Gilbert go down, but this could be a blessing in disguise, especially if Evans ends up being better than Hancock. We can send Hancock down to AAA, keep Evans, and then obviously have Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, Brian Wu, Bryce Miller, and maybe Logan Evans over Emerson Hancock. I know I would like to see that as long as Logan keeps progressing. Let's go, baby. And now let's get into the starting lineups for the home Texas Rangers. Leading off in center field, Josh Smith. Batting second, playing left field, Wyatt Langford. Batting third, playing shortstop for the Rangers, Corey Seager. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, DHing today for Texas, Jock Peterson. Batting fifth, playing second base, Marcus Simeon. Batting sixth, catching today for the Rangers, Jonah Heim. Batting seventh, playing right field, Adalis Garcia. Batting eighth, playing third base for Texas, Josh Young. And batting ninth, playing first base, Blaine Krim. And on the mound for the Rangers, one of their aces, a 1-1 record with a ERA of 2.73, Jacob deGrom. And even though deGrom may not be the same player as he was in his prime, still a guy that can win a game, for his team. So this will be a challenge. But again, the Mariner bats have been very lively and electric as of late, and hopefully we can get it done. We'll be shooting for 20 likes within the first hour, 30 to 50 overall, if we hit that algorithm as well, and then obviously 100 in the donos on every single stream. Andrea in the building, go Mariners, let's go. Daniel in the building, good afternoon. Lauren in the building, first pitch homer, that would be great. Let's go. Mojito Tito in the building. Go M's. I appreciate that. I got to get all of the merch ready to go. This Griffey bobblehead is our good luck charm. And again, I busted it out in that Astro series when we were down 5-0 in the 8th. And, we ended up getting 7 runs in the 8th and the 9th and winning 7-6, winning the series against the Astros. And we swept the Rangers at home, and we haven't looked back since. And we won 8 consecutive series. Sometimes, we have the Moose. That's a good luck charm as well, which I have on my desk as one of the mini giveaways. But the thing that's really going to take us to the next level is definitely going to be this. You can't find it on eBay. You can't find it at the Mariners team store. You can only get it at the ballpark there at T-Mobile. Thankfully, my buddy had a birthday just a few days before me. Went up there with his dad during that Marlins series. And one of the best games that we've ever seen when they ended up putting up 14. But then we also had that terrible game where Logan Gilbert got hurt. And then you had, Casey Lawrence in there for like 5 innings. And, we ended up getting our ass kicked. But, man, this thing needs to be used early and often. And I'm ready to go. Trident's up. There's a lot of props that you can see that fans will have or, creative things that they'll do, in the dugout. But I can honestly say out of, all the different teams that I follow and other teams that aren't even my own, the Trident has got to be one of the top things that any team has come up with. Very, very cool. And that probably won't be the first Trident that I get. I might end up getting a life-size wood one, maybe a life-size metal one, but that'll be another story for another day. All right, baby, let's get it. Andrea, Daniel, Lauren, Mojito, Tito, let's go M's. Trident's up, baby. Let's get the sweep. Let's go get the fucking brooms. Let's go. First pitch of JP Crawford, high and away. 1-0 count from deGrom to Crawford. 1-0 pitch. Pitch is low and at the knees. 2 balls and no strikes from Jacob deGrom to our guy, JP Crawford. 2-0 pitch. Takes a strike looking right on the line, low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jacob deGrom to our guy, JP. And again, deGrom, 2-1 record. Not just yet. 1-1 with a 2.73 ERA. We're not afraid. And again, we know what kind of game this is going to be. In play, off the 2-1 pitch, JP grounded out to first, 1 away. It's okay, JP. I still believe in you. We got a new photo for JP, which is pretty fire as well. Next up, DHing for the Mariners, Jorge Polanco. Let's go, Polo. Let's go, baby. And I'm not sure if he's going to have enough at-bats to qualify to be an all-star, but if we're doing it based off stats, Jorge Polanco, first pitch, low and away, takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. Polo deserves to be an all-star. Really, the only player that's playing on his level or better is Aaron Judge. Pitch inside, low, and at the knees, takes a strike swinging. 0-2 count from DeGrom to Polo. But Polo, obviously, batting 350 to 450 all year. Cal leading the league in homers and bringing that leadership. And obviously Andres Munoz, he's getting closer and closer to that 20 start number, and he still hasn't given up a run. His ERA is 0.00, and you don't typically see that when a guy has played, in 15 or 16 or 17 opportunities. But again, Dan Wilson should be the manager for the American League in the All-Star game this year. Book it. We should be able to get Polo, regardless if he qualifies at bats or not. They can vote him in. As Polo strikes out looking. Nice pitch there by DeGrom, 2 away. But again, Dan Wilson is manager, Polo as DH, Cal as starting catcher, and Andre Munoz, obviously, as our closer. Let's go. And as long as it's not an Astro or Ranger manager, our players will actually fucking get to play, because it seems like every time we have All-Stars, they don't even get in the game when the Rangers and Astros are managing the All-Star game. But guess what? Not this year. Next up, tridents up, Julio Rodriguez. First pitch from DeGrom to Julio, right down the pipe, fouled off with a slider, 90 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Let's go, Julio. We need you, baby. You're really the one of the last guys left that has not really figured it out yet, but statistically, he is having one of his best years in his own career, based off numbers, but just comparing to everyone else on the team, obviously one of the lower guys, not the lowest, it's not like he's Donovan Solano, but again, very streaky player, but it should get better as the warm weather and the season goes along. Pitch is low and at the knees, 1 ball and 1 strike from DeGrom to Julio. 1-1 pitch. 4-seam fastball outside about a foot. 2 balls and 1 strike from DeGrom to Julio. Come on, Julio. Just give us patience in the box and everything will be forgiven. Pitch is low and away. Takes a strike swinging. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Julio to Jacob DeGrom. Let's go, baby. Let's try to get some runs early and often. Set the tone. Let's go. Primo in the building. What's good? Tridents up, baby. Pitch is low and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from DeGrom to Julio. And I guess, even in situations where, he gets behind in the count 0-2 and typically is out with a strikeout or a pop-up afterwards, I don't even mind if he takes walks. That way, at least he gets on first base and he can steal second and put us in a good position to score. But in play on a 3-2 pitch and a single. There we go. Right next to that shortstop. We'll take it. And again, Julio is a very streaky player. But again, I like being able to see him get early hits in the matchup, because that will end up potentially, leaning into maybe something like this later in the game. Nice job, Julio. Nice hit at your first at-bat. Next up, big dumper catcher Cal Raleigh, leading the league in homers, not just the American League, but the National League as well with 12. The torpedo bat fucking works. And we're very excited that he finally is getting the recognition that he deserves. If you look at home run numbers out of catchers in the entire league since Cal has come in, played limited in 2021, but his real full year was in 2022, the year that we made the playoffs. And, he's got 20 to 30 more homers than even the second guy on the list. So definitely in a category and in an atmosphere in all by himself. He's the man. And again, he's already the best catcher in Mariner history, and he's only played a few years. Can't wait to see how his career will progress. Pitches outside, takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch from DeGrom to Cal, fouled off, low and in the zone, behind in the count 0-2. Let's go, big dumper. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 20 within the first hour so we can hit the algorithm, 30 to 50 overall. And again, we'll shoot for 100 in the donos on every single stream. Tridents up. Go M's. Let's get it. And again, this is the best team the Mariners have had since 2001. And that year we won 116 games. Yes, we're the only team in MLB that hasn't made a World Series. But again, this year, we got the second highest percentage out of any team to go. So again, it's still early in the season in play. And Cal Raleigh fouled out to the catcher. That was an easy 1-2-3 inning there by Texas. But again, still early. But again, usually World Series and Seattle Mariners does not get mentioned in the same sentence, but they ended up having a nice graphic. And I follow all the nerd, websites that kind of go over all the numbers, and the percentage to make the playoffs out of anybody in the American League, we're number one, 82.9%. Yankees are number two at 82.7%, and then the Tigers are number three at 82.3%. So first off, that's something that you never see. To win the division, 58.5%. Astros 25%, Rangers 11%. Tigers to win 61%, Royals 14%, and then Yankees 59% in the AL East, 21% for the Red Sox. But to win the World Series, right, they got the Yankees at 9%, number one in the American League. But guess who's number two? Seattle Mariners at 7.6%. And we're the most injured team in MLB with the Atlanta Braves. We have no Ryan Bliss. We have no Victor Robles. We have no Logan Gilbert. We have no George Kirby. We just got Brash back, right? We don't have Dylan Moore. We don't have Luke Raley. But it doesn't matter because the farm guys are fantastic. We got the number one farm system. And the guys that we've been bringing up aren't even the main ones that are going to be stars. We got Harry Ford and, Cole Young and Colt Emerson. We got Lazaro Montes, Felton Celestin, Durangelo, the pitcher in the draft from Mississippi State that can pitch left-handed or right-handed. The future is super bright, and I know that we are going to be able to have a great chance to win the division this year. And maybe if things go right, we get the ALDS. We go good there. Maybe we end up making the ALCS, and if we're really lucky, maybe we end up going to the World Series this year, next year, or the following year. All right, now on the mound, 1-0 record, 3.60 ERA. We love him, Logan Evans. Let's go, baby. And first up, in the box, in play on a first pitch strike, and single to center, Josh Smith. Batting second, left fielder, Wyatt Langford. And batting third, fresh off the injury, Corey Seager. Let's go, Mariners. Nice single there by Josh Smith. We're going to have to try to be able to limit the damage. And again, this is his only second start coming up from AAA. And, you don't really know what you're going to get out of a guy like this. But again, I feel that even if he gives up 3 runs, which is going to be pretty common, we should still have a good chance, get 4 runs, 7 to 10 hits. That's kind of the magic number. And I feel like the consensus is that most Mariner fans think that Logan's got more of an upside than Emerson Hancock, even though Hancock was a first-round pick just a few years ago. He's a little shaky, but again, you could say that for anyone, including Bryce Miller. He hasn't looked very good this year, is dealing with a back issue. But again, we have to fight through the injuries, and I like our chances today to get the brooms and get the sweep. First pitch from Evans to Langford, in there for a strike looking, 0-1 count. We need Evans to get Ks early to build his confidence. 0-1 pitch, in the zone, high and away. Strike looking again with the curve. First pitch was a cutter, 0-2 count. Let's go, Logan. Anna in the building, what's good? Someone's got to represent the Mariners the right way. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Logan. In play with the sweeper. And flied out to center. Nice job, Julio. 1 away. Next up, shortstop, Corey Seager. Let's see if we can end up getting a double play here. A little grounder to short or second, throw to first, and we get out of this inning. First pitch, inside, tried to jam him. Strike swinging with the sweeper. Nice pitch by Evans, 0-1 count. Seager in the box. Our boy Logan Evans on the mound. 0-1 pitch, fouled off with the sweeper right down the middle. Behind in the count now, 0-2 from Evans to Seager. How you doing, Anna? Good morning. A little bit early of a matchup, but again, I'm going to try to do pretty much every game throughout the season. I always slate myself, about 150 out of 162 games, and just to give myself a little cushion for 12 games, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, maybe a Daytona 500, something like that. But, so far so good with the Seattle Mariners in 2025. 0-2 pitch, fouled off with the curve. 81 miles an hour from Jacob DeGrom. Logan Evans, baby. Still behind the count, 0-2. Come on, Logan. 0-2 pitch. Low and at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Logan Evans to Corey Seager. And wild pitch there by Evans. Smith goes to second. We got to calm down here. We got to make sure that we understand, Logan Evans and Emerson Hancock, again, they are the lower end of our starters. So there's going to be mistakes. They're going to give up home runs. They're going to give up hits and RBIs. We just have to make sure that our bats come alive so we can match, whatever errors we have on that end. Make up for kind of the difference. As long as Logan Evans doesn't give up 5 runs or more, we should be fine. Even if he gives up 3 or 4, we should still be able to compete and win this. Pitches outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Evans to Seager. In play. And Seager grounded out to first. Smith to third. 2 away. Next up is Jock Peterson. First pitch from Evans right down the pipe. Strike looking, 4-seam fastball. 93 miles an hour. 0-1 count from Evans to Jock Peterson. Come on, Logan. Let's go, baby. That is an early wake-up call. But again, I'm going to grind them out no matter what time they're at. Even if we end up having games here at, 9 a.m. Pacific, I got to grind. 0-1 pitch. About 2 feet off the plate with a sinker, low and away, 87 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike from Evans to Jock Peterson. Come on, baby. 1-1 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Evans to Jock. Come on, baby. Find your zone. Get comfortable. No pressure. Josh Smith at third base with Jock Peterson in the box. Let's go, baby. We're looking for our second sweep against this team. And play. And Peterson lined out to center. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. It's like you can end up, kind of looking a little shaky. Like even yesterday, if you were watching the game, compared to what Brian Wu did with his 1-hitter when we were up 13-0, Troy Taylor came in and gave up the home run late. So we only won 13-1 on my birthday. But, Luis is looking like the pitcher when we first brought him over from the Reds. In 2022, he was awesome. 2023, he got progressively worse, as well as 2024. So I was kind of feeling that Castillo was maybe our worst starter, that Wu and Miller have passed him, and obviously Gilbert and Kirby are our best. But Castillo has looked better than Bryce Miller, Emerson Hancock, Logan Evans, Luis F. Castillo. And so right now, since Logan Gilbert and George Kirby are injured, Wu is our 1, but Castillo surprisingly is our 2, not Bryce Miller. And again, we're going to need him to play like he did when we first brought him in. And I was a little skeptical of him this year, but if you've actually been watching him, he's been pretty damn good. And again, there are moments where he walks guys. There are moments where he gives up a few hits in an inning and it looks like we're going to lose, but then the defense steps up and then it ends up not really being as bad as maybe what we're watching for that particular inning. But again, we have to make sure that Uncle Mo and that momentum carries over, not only from Brian Wu to Luis Castillo, but hopefully the back of Bryce Miller is healthy so we can get him back on track. And then we can rub it off on obviously guys like Logan Evans and Emerson Hancock as well. Reflect in the building. What's good? Next up, Randy Arozarena. Batting second, the hero with the RBI, first baseman Rowdy Tellez from last night. And batting third, right fielder Miles Mastrobuoni. Let's go, baby. He can get the base knocks, and I got a couple new photos that I've implemented here today. We got a new JP Crawford. I love that. We got a new Miles Mastrobuoni. Love that one. And we got a new Leo Rivas, who should be playing every day. Let's go. First pitch from Jacob deGrom to Randy Arozarena. High and away, 1-0 count with the changeup. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike swinging. 1 ball and 1 strike from deGrom to Randy Arozarena. 1-1 pitch, pitches low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from deGrom to Randy. Come on, baby. 2-1 pitch, takes a strike swinging on a 4-seam fastball right down the pipe. 2 balls and 2 strikes from deGrom to Randy. Come on, baby. High and away on a 2-2 pitch, fouled off. Keep battling, Randy. deGrom, 1-1 record with an ERA of 2.73. And hopefully Randy can get a hold of one here early. Top of the second, 0-0. We're looking for the sweep. deGrom on the mound. Randy Arozarena in the box. Pitches low and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's get some runs and some hits early and often. In play on a full count 3-2 pitch and grounded out to third, throw to first. Got him. 1 away. Next up, first baseman, Rowdy Tellez. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 20 within the first hour, 30 to 50 overall. And obviously, we'll be shooting for 100 in the donos on every single stream. First pitch, low and away. 0-1 count with the strike looking to Rowdy Tellez. 0-1 pitch. Pitch is low and away with the changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike from deGrom to Rowdy Tellez. Let's see where we're at right now. All right, looks like we are, 5 away from 20? So if you are in the room and haven't smashed that like button yet, we got half of the people in the room that have done it. Do your boy a solid so we can hit that algorithm, please. We're at 15, 5 more to hit 20. Let's go. Pitch right down the pipe, fouled off with a 4-seam fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes from deGrom to Rowdy Tellez. Let's go, Rowdy. Crazy that you could have guys like Rowdy and Polo sit for like 3 hours, get 1 at bat, and then both get singles to be able to help your team win a game after JP homered off the first pitch of the game, but we didn't really have anything after that. So, this team is so clutch, and you just never know who's going to be that unsung hero. It could literally be anybody on the team, not just the guys that have been playing great like Polo and Cal Raleigh. Rowdy fouls that one off, low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes from deGrom to Rowdy Tellez. 1-2 pitch, in play, and grounded out to third, 2 away. Next up, right fielder, Miles Mastrobuoni. Got a nice little action shot there as he's just about to crush a single. Let's go, Miles. No problem. I appreciate you. Anyone that's willing to wake up, early to be able to grind out and, we can all enjoy the games together, win, lose, or draw. And, again, things are looking pretty nice. It's a long year, but I like the way that the season is going. And again, Mariner fans deserve it. First pitch, high and away with the foul, 0-1 count from deGrom to Miles Mastrobuoni. 96 miles an hour on that. 0-1 pitch, slider, low and away at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike from deGrom to Mastrobuoni. Come on, Miles. 1-1 pitch, same spot, location with the changeup. 2 balls and 1 strike from deGrom to Mastrobuoni. Come on, Miles. Pitch is outside. high and away with the four-seam fastball. 3 balls and 1 strike from DeGrom to Mastroboni. DeGrom a little all over the place. Pitch fouled off. Count remains full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the second. 0-0, 2 outs, nobody on. Jacob DeGrom on the mound, Miles Mastroboni in the box. And I would like to be able to see a bunt or 2 this game. Maybe by Leo Ribas. I'm not really sure if anyone else will drop one down. I mean, there's a few guys that could do it, but it would be nice to be able to see Mastroboni drop one down, Leo to drop one down, maybe JP to drop one down. This would be the game to do it. And I don't really know, if we're going to get that high-scoring affair like we did in game number 1. And Mastroboni, and they got him. And I don't think it's going to be necessarily as low-scoring as 2-1, like yesterday. I think it's going to be somewhere in between, where it might end up being, like a 4-2 game, something of that nature, maybe 5-3, We'll see how Logan Evans does, but so far, so good. 1 hit apiece for the Mariners and the Rangers. Let's go to the bottom of the second inning and see who Logan Evans will be going up against next. And I got some new Logan Evans photos that we've sprinkled in as well, so we don't have to use his MLB debut photo, obviously with the celebration, but a couple nice action shots. Let's go, Logan. Next up in the 5-hole, second baseman Marcus Semien. Batting second, catcher Jonah Heim. Love this photo. You don't ever really see HD or 4K photos of catchers this close up and this sharp. Yeah, they're the rival team, but as far as photos are concerned, one of the best catching photos that I've seen out of covering the whole league. I love it. And batting third in the 7-hole, right fielder Adolis Garcia. Let's go, Mariners. No problem. Appreciate you. Well, yeah, isn't that amazing? It feels so good, and again, the frustrations, with this team where you get bases loaded, no outs, and, if you don't get at least a run, it's like you felt like the game was over because you were only getting a couple hits a game, in some of the matchups last year. The magic number was only 4 runs, 7 to 10 hits, but think about how many games that we put up 0 to 3. Most of the time we could get at least 1, but in this day and age, you can't win baseball games that often with a 1-0 score. Hell, even 2-1 games are hard to win that way, and we weren't really built for morning games, afternoon games, low scoring affairs. We weren't really built for it, but now being able to hit, it changes everything. Marcus Semien in the box, first pitch, low and away. 1-0 count from Logan Evans. 1-0 pitch, cutter fouled off. 1 ball and 1 strike to Marcus Semien. Let's go, Logan. You got this, baby. 1-1 pitch, low and away with that sinker. 2 balls and 1 strike from Evans to Semien. 2-1 pitch, fouled off with the cutter. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Evans to Semien. And Marcus Semien batting 179, 2 homers and 13 ribbies. Pitches low and away on the corner. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Evans to Semien. Got him. There we go, baby. Semien strikes out swinging. There we go. Nice job, Logan. Bring that electricity. I don't care that you're new. I got more confidence in you than Emerson Hancock. And even Hancock's been getting better as of late. Nice fucking job. Next up, catcher Jonah Heim. Let's go, Ems. Sarah in the building. What's good? First pitch, 10 feet off the plate. 1-0 count from Evans to Heim. Come on, Logan. 1-0 pitch, right down the pipe. Strike looking with a nice change up there after throwing that sweeper 10 feet off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike from Evans to Heim. 1-1 pitch, high and away, fouled off with the sinker, 93 miles an hour, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jonah Heim. Come on, Logan. Wheel and deal, baby. We believe in you. Pitch is low and at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Evans to Jonah Heim. Brazil in the building. And we get fans from all over the globe. I was actually looking at the stats. Pretty wild that, we get people, obviously, in the United States will always be the highest where I'm viewed, but, we're getting people all over the place. Pitch fouled off with that curveball in the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, let's take a quick peek to see where we're at. United States, Canada, Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Mexico, Japan, United Kingdom, India, Germany, Philippines, Brazil, Australia, and a few others. In play, got him. There we go. Down goes Jonah Heim, and that's what we needed. See ya. Next up, right fielder Adolis Garcia. Bottom of the second, 2 out, 0-0 game, nobody on. Logan Evans on the mound. And Adolis Garcia, after that nice catch by Julio Rodriguez to eliminate Jonah Heim. Let's go. First pitch to Garcia, takes a strike looking with a sinker, 0-1 count. Yeah, I hope so too. Always makes me nervous when he does that. You guys will have a good shot, though, in that Blues Jets game, and obviously the NHL playoffs. Gal kind of stumbled there on that last pitch. Hopefully he's okay. And Adolis Garcia with the 0-1 pitch, singles to right. Kind of a miscommunication there by Cal and Logan Evans. Hopefully he's all right. I think he is. Maybe he was thinking that it was going to be a different pitch there. Something with the pitch comp possibly there, they're saying. Nice hit there by Adolis Garcia. Next up, third baseman Josh Young. Let's see if we get the force out at second. First pitch. Outside with the strike swinging. We got lucky there. 0-1 count. Young was baited. That was like a Julio type of swing. 1 pitch. Takes a strike looking right on the line. Inside, tried to jam him. Evans ahead of the count on Josh Young. 0-2 count. (0-2) pitch, sweeper outside about 5 feet off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Evans to Young. Bottom of the second, runner at first, 2 out, 0-0. Evans on the mound, Josh Young in the box. Let's go, baby. And, oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about. When we can pick off a guy trying to steal Adolis Garcia, not today. That ends the inning. Nice defense there by the Mariners. And again, defense, was kind of a liability last year and the year before. But again, everything is just coming up. Trident's up, baby. Nice defense by Seattle. All right, let's go to the end of the second inning. Let's go to the top of the third and see who's up next for Seattle. In the top of the third, in the 8-hole, third baseman, great defender, great hitter, Ben Williamson. Batting second in the 9-hole, second baseman, should be playing every day, Leo Rivas. And batting third, back at the top of the order, 0 for 1. First pitch homer in yesterday's game. Shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Let's go. Right inside, baby. Yeah, the Leo Rivas is not temporary. You know, like I said, if you've been watching this team and watching him play, you know, he's as consistent as it comes. You know, Polo obviously is our hottest hitter, you know, and then you got guys like, you know, Cal Raleigh and, you know, JP and Dylan Moore that were really filling in the gaps, you know. But if you actually look at Leo Rivas, JP has been incredibly hot with his hit streak that is continuing to go on. But just, you know, the eye test alone, and if you dig deep into the stats, which typically me and Reflect will, you know, we're going through every like nerd website that goes through every fucking category of stat there is out there. He's actually one of the most reliable players on the team. He's actually one of the smartest. His baseball IQ is very high. He's got speed on the bags. He's a good defender. And again, you know, he's smart in the box where he doesn't have to force shit, you know. And again, in play, Williamson flied out to right, one away. So for me, you know, I think if Dylan Moore never really got hurt, you know, Dylan Moore and Leo Rivas should be starting every game. They've earned that right. You know, guys like, you know, Luke Rayleigh and Donovan, you know, Solano and Rowdy Tellez, those guys may not necessarily be deserving of playing, you know, every day. But you know, Dylan Moore before his injury and definitely Leo Rivas, in my book, they should. They give us a better chance to win when they're playing every day. First pitch to Leo Rivas, strike looking, 0-1 count. Let's go, Leo. Just because they're not big popular names doesn't mean that they're not consistent or not good. You know, you have to just, you know, take your name recognition out of it and just look at who produces. Who do you believe in? Who actually comes through in the clutch day in and day out, defensively, offensively? And again, it's not like Leo's going to go 4 for 4, you know, but he's usually solid for a hit or two. And then if he only gets one hit, he might end up having a defensive gem to make up for not getting another. So hopefully he'll be able to help us here at some point in this matchup. DeGrom, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Leo Rivas. And Rivas can bunt, you know, he can force walks, you know, and I like his speed on the bags. Edgar Martinez, that's a good one. That one fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. DeGrom on the mound, Leo Rivas in the box. 1-1 record with a 2.73 ERA. Leo's kind of essentially a similar player to JP. You know, even though JP started off a little slow with some of his, you know, stats, you know, was getting walked and, you know, wasn't really being able to, you know, connect. But as of late, you know, one of our hottest hitters overall. JP Crawford has an active 11-game hitting streak, 1 shy of his career best. So hopefully that'll happen here. Pitch is fouled off. 3 consecutive foul balls for Leo Rivas. He's working the count. DeGrom on the mound, Rivas in the box. 1-2 pitch. Tries to get him baited high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from DeGrom to Rivas. Pitch fouled off with the curve. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 3rd with 1 out. Let's go, Leo. That's a good one. Ryan in the building. What's good? Fouled off again. Man, Rivas is really working the count. That's his 9th pitch at this at-bat. You know, if we could only dream if Julio could go this deep in an at-bat. Four-seam, slider, four-seam, slider, four-seam, curveball. DeGrom pulling off all the stops to try to get Leo out here. Let's go, baby. In play on the 10th pitch and a single to center. Never doubt Leo Rivas, Anna. Okay. You know, me and Reflect know when we end up doing these stats and analytics and we do the research, you know, again, there's just certain players that are more accountable and more reliable than others. And Leo makes us look smart here today. Nice job, Rivas. Next up, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Let's go. Leo is not temporary. You know, he's not like a Luke Raley or a Donovan Solano or a Rowdy Tellez where they're just going to be streaky, or even like a Julio, which is a streaky player. You know, Leo is a consistent player like J.P. Crawford, like Dylan Moore, like Jorge Polanco. You got to put those guys in the same kind of category, even though some are going to hit more homers than others. But essentially, we have like a clone of JP, you know, just a little bit different body size. And Rivas steals second. The benefit of having a guy with great baseball IQ, fast on the bags. How many guys are going to be able to go from first to second like Leo Rivas? Not many. 0-1 count to JP Crawford. Come on, JP. Pitches inside, tried to jam the hitter. 1 ball and 1 strike to J.P. Crawford. Come on, J.P. JP, let's go. JP, yes, sir. And JP keeps that hitting streak alive. And when you run hard and you play through the play and you don't give up, sometimes they'll fumble the bag or not have a good look. And JP gets a nice slow dribbler for a single. No attempt to first. I love it. Fucking love it. Next up, DHing Jorge Polanco. And it's essential to have this guy and this guy be batting next to each other, either 8-9 or 9-1. It really does damage in our lineup. And we actually have one of the better 7-8-9 lineups in MLB. That's a big reason why we're doing so well. Next up, one of the best hitters in baseball, not named Aaron Judge. You heard it. I said it. It's Polo, Jorge Polanco. He's on the brink of getting to 400 if he ends up getting a hit at this at-bat. Let's go. There we go, baby. 1-0 Mariners. I love that. Nice job, Polo. That's what I'm talking about. We'll take a sacrifice anytime that we can get it. And a great position of that hit. Dribbler to first, no throw home. 1-0 M's. Love it. Next up, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. First pitch to Julio, low and away, 1-0 count. I don't know if I would get more excited about him getting another base knock or getting a walk. Maybe this will be, the game where he ends up homering, or it could be in that athletic series in Sacramento. 1-0 pitch, low and away, 2-0 count. I don't know. For me, I think I would get more excited Julio being patient and forcing a walk than just getting a single. I know you can get a single. Show me that you can actually take a walk and not have your ego get bruised, that you're going for moonshot swings every time. Walks are good. You're a good bag stealer. So you can get to first and second, even with 2 outs. It's not a big deal. 3-0 pitch on the line, strike looking. 3 balls and 1 strike. That probably should have been ball 4, but we'll see if Julio will stay patient here. I mean, if you really want to surprise me, Julio, I would love to see you bunt. Maybe not this situation here, but at some point. And Julio gets in first base with a walk. Hallelujah. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, this is always great. Trident's up. But, him actually being patient in the box and forcing a walk, oh, man, life is good. Next up, big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. And with one swing with the torpedo bat, hey, it could end up being 4-0, baby. Let's go, Cal. Trident's up. Let's go, Cal. Let's go, big dumper. Let's go, baby. Mound visit. Let's go, Cal. Trident's up, baby. Top of the third. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. You got a mound visit there with Maddox, DeGrom, and Jonah Heim trying to come up with the right pitch sequence to go to Cal Raleigh. Cal obviously very dangerous from that left side. First pitch, low and at the knees, 1-0 count from DeGrom to Cal Raleigh. 1-1 record with an ERA of 2.73 coming in. And Cal Raleigh, number 1 in MLB in homers over guys like Aaron Judge and Eugenio Suarez, Kyle Schwarber. Cal Raleigh, 12 so far, pacing for 50. Pitches inside, at the knees, 2-0 count from DeGrom to big dumper. Cal's batting .250, 12 homers. And again, that's much better than batting 180 to 200. That was really the only knock on Cal. His batting average was too low, but everything else was fantastic. And torpedo bat is working. And hopefully other players on the Mariners will start using them as well. Pitches low and on the line. Pretty close there. Takes a strike looking. Could have been 3-0. 2 balls and 1 strike from DeGrom to big dumper. 2-1 pitch. Strike swinging. Tried to jam him there. 2 balls and 2 strikes from DeGrom to Cal Raleigh. Come on, Cal. I mean, getting a homer here would be great, but just an RBI would be fantastic. Or even a single to get bases loaded. We'll take that. Yeah, we don't need Eugenio anymore. Obviously he's playing great for the Diamondbacks, but we got Ben Williamson. That'll be our third baseman for the next 10 years. We don't need him back. Plus, if they don't see the value in certain players, that's on them, Hell, we had Randy Johnson and they gave up on him. And what does he do as soon as we, let him go because we didn't think he was good anymore or the Mariners were too cheap? He ends up winning the Cy Young, multiple times, getting high numbers and Ks and then winning a World Series for the Diamondbacks. So it's not like the Mariner organization has been the smartest on when to keep guys. But we got a good one in Ben Williamson. And we wish the best for any former Mariner, whether it be Teoscar Hernandez, Eugenio Suarez, or even Robbie Ray, all having great seasons. Count now is full after that pitch was fouled off on a 4-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour, high and tight inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs from DeGrom to Cal Raleigh. And Cal forces the walk, baby. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. A walk for Cal, a walk for Julio, Crawford to third. Let's go. Next up, Trident's up, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Let's open the game up right fucking now. Let's go. Come on, Randy. First pitch, strike looking to Randy Arozarena. 0-1 count from DeGrom to Randy. I mean, even if Randy forces a walk and we get a freebie run, I love those. wear the pitcher down. But again, we know Randy is kind of like Julio, where they're overly aggressive. And, when they're on, they're really on. But when they're off, they're off. And Arozarena in play, fielder's choice to third, Raleigh out at second, and we get nothing. But again, just because we have bases loaded with 2 outs and we get nothing doesn't mean that when we get bases loaded again, that the same thing's going to happen. We are a team that can hit now. This won't be like our only opportunity, where if this happened to us last year and we got nothing, we probably lose. But this year is a different story. We're not 30th, out of 30 teams in hitting. We're definitely a top 4 hitting team. And in some categories, if you go back to last month, we've been number 1 in many, many categories. So again, you have to have patience and realize that, again, you want to be able to get, hits and runs, especially when you have bases loaded, but you're not going to be able to score every single time when that happens. But Mariners MLB rank since April 9th, 15-4 record. That was going into yesterday's game. Now we're 16-4. First, 128 runs going into yesterday's game. First, 35 homers. First, 275 average as a team. First, 367 OBP. First, 850 OPS. First. So technically, since that time period, we're number 1 in 6 categories. So we are the hottest team in baseball right now, and we got to keep it moving. 1-0 Mariners. We'll get them next time around. At least we're getting guys on base, and that's a good sign of wearing DeGrom down. Next up, in the 9-hole, first baseman Blaine Krim. Josh Berger goes down to AAA. Blaine Krim goes up. Josh Young leading off. Blaine Krim on deck. And batting third, center fielder Josh Smith. All right, baby. Let's go, Logan. First pitch, 10 feet off the plate to Josh Young. 1-0 count with the curve. In play with the 1-0 pitch. And lined out to left to Randy Arozarena. 1 away. Next up, first baseman Blaine Krim. Yeah, defense has been magnificent this year. First pitch to Krim, takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. We're just approaching the 1 hour mark. And we hit the 20 mark. Thank you so much. We got half of the people in the room that have smashed that like button. If we can get the other half, that would be great. We're at 21, 9 more to go to get 30. If you're in the room and you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. It'll help with our numbers. Ryan with a $5. Appreciate you. Finally got our first one. And if we can get someone to keep track of the likes and the donos, I'd appreciate it. And obviously a 5-pitch, 4-ball outing here for Evans to Krim. And Krim goes to first with a walk. Appreciate you, Ryan. Let me know what you want to do for a photo or two. Once I have a chance to get that implemented for you, let me know. Next up, 1-for-1 with a runner at first, bottom of the third, 1-0 Mariners. Center fielder Josh Smith. And Smith singled to left, Krim to second. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Reflect with a $5. Appreciate you. We're at 10, 90 to go. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little cactus jack. Bang, bang. Next up is Wyatt Langford. Let me know anything you want to see. I can always get him at the end of the stream as well. Or if we have an extended commercial break when the bullpen comes in. JP and Randy can't get to that ball. Next up is Wyatt Langford. We need a double play here. Or at least a force out at third. First pitch, strike looking with the curve. 0-1 count from Evans to Langford. Yeah, he's got the bling. I imagine it is. I know, for athletes in play, and reached on an error. Langford saved it first by a fielding error by Williamson, which is rare, but that's the second one he's had in the last 4 or 5 games. Need to clean that up. Now we have bases loaded with 1 out. We're not in a good position here. Hopefully the defense can step up. Come on, Ben. But, again, we know entertainers, sometimes will have, fake jewelry, but most of the MLB players, it's real. I assume that there might be a few that, try to just show off with the fake bling, but looks pretty solid to me. Next up is Corey Seager. All right, this is a important stage of the game right here. First pitch, fouled off, low and at the knees, 0-1 count. It's the bottom of the third, and the Mariners have a 1-0 lead. They have bases loaded with 1 out, just like when we had bases loaded, and we have to see if we can hold them to scoring 1 or none. We don't want them to score more than that, or it might get a little out of hand here. In play. And Seager singles to right. Krim scores. Smith scores. Langford to third. 2-1 Rangers. Brutal. Kind of had a feeling that was going to happen. We need the bats to come alive on our end as well. And Corey Seager missed game 1, came in game 2 as a DH, finally being able to play offense and defense. And Seager comes up big with a 2-run RBI single. Runners now on the corners for DH Jock Peterson. First pitch to Evans to Peterson. High and away with the curve, 80 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Got to get out of this inning now. No more, we don't want to bleed out right here. Again, we can give up 1 or 2, but no more than that. 1-0 pitch, 5 feet off the plate, 2-0 count. Come on, Logan, settle in. 2-0 pitch, fouled off right down the middle. 2 balls and 1 strike from Logan Evans to Jock Peterson. This is a AAA guy. This is a guy, essentially, this is his second start in the big league. So, you don't expect a guy to be lights out, every single start. There's going to be times where they're going to give up, 3, 4, 5 runs. But we just have to make sure that we can respond. And luckily, we're a good hitting team this year. So even if we get down and do a little bit of a hole, it's not as worrisome as it was maybe in the last 3 to 4 years previous to this year. Bottom of the third, runners on the corners at first and third with 1 out, 2-1 Rangers, 2 balls and 2 strikes from Logan to Peterson. Flying Monk with a tenner. Appreciate you. You bomb brute, huh? Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. With a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. What a catch by Crawford. Wow. JP is a wizard out there. I'll squeeze in a couple photos here for Tatum. I know Ryan is a busy guy, doing trucking and whatnot away from the fam. So I try to squeeze those in when I can. Appreciate you, my guy. And hopefully we get a Thunder Celtics final. Obviously, the Cavs are very good this year. The Nuggets are pretty good as well. But out of those 4 teams, I think I would like to see the Thunder and the Celtics. Simeon single to left. Langford scores. 3-1 Rangers. Starting to get a little out of hand here. Next up, catcher Jonah Heim. We have to get some runs to help out Logan Evans. Stop the bleeding. First pitch, low and away to Jonah Heim, 1-0 count. Bottom of the third, runners at first and second with 2 outs, 3-1 Rangers. 1-0 pitch, outside with the changeup, high and away, 2-0 count from Evans to Heim. Appreciate you. Yeah, nobody is on your guys' level besides really, Cleveland and the Thunder, and obviously, when the Joker is being the Joker, Denver as well. But, as far as the East is concerned, and that is a walk. Jonah Heim walks. They have bases loaded with 2 outs. When is the bleeding going to stop? Next up is Adolis Garcia, and the last thing that we need is a grand salami. We can't get down 7-1. We won't win, more than likely. So we have to get out here. No more bleeding. They've already gotten 3 runs here. No more. Oh, brother. Two balls and 2 strikes from Evans to Garcia with 2 outs and bases loaded. Bottom of the third, 2 outs, bases loaded, 3-1 Rangers. Come on, Logan. After getting behind in the count 2-0, strike looking on 2 pitches right after that. They have to find a way to get out of the inning and stop the bleeding, baby. Come on, Logan. Bottom of the third, 3-1 Rangers. Bases loaded, 2 outs. In play. Fuck. Man. And Garcia singles to center, brings in a couple more. 5-1 Rangers. Brutal. I don't really drink anymore, but hell, I might need some of this now. Appreciate you, Flying Monk. 5-run inning, unexcusable. But again, this is a guy that's just a AAA pitcher. Second start. Next up, third baseman Josh Young. First pitch right in the zone, fouled off, 0-1 count. And I know you don't really like pulling guys, in the third inning, but now OKC won't go back to Seattle, but the Sonics will have a new team. Yeah, OKC will not come back. They have their own team. They'll just have Seattle start the Sonics back up as an expansion team. In play. Fuck, man. Is this ever going to end? Young single to left. Heim scores. 6-1 Rangers. Holy hell. Oh, Jesus. Everyone getting hits on our AAA pitcher, huh? Next up, first baseman, another guy that just called up from AAA, Blaine Krim. First pitch, strike looking, 0-1 count. Probably should have pulled them when the game was 3-1, but, But the way that our bats have been, again, if this was in years past, 100% over. But with this year's team, it's not over yet. Again, being down 5 is tough, but we're one of the hottest hitting teams in baseball. We're top 3, top 4 hitting team in MLB. So again, it's still early. We just got to be able to wait for the starting pitching to go out. And, we can also have a 3, 4, 5, 6 run inning ourselves. So I don't think it's over yet. Now, if we weren't a good hitting team, then yeah, I would say it's probably fucking over. But, you still have quite a few innings to go. Still early. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Evans to Krim. Yeah, if the Sonics come back, the history stays with the team. Everything that the Sonics accomplished doesn't, transfer to the Thunder. That just ends up being a new squad there. Oh, and then we finally get out of the inning there with Blaine Krim, but fucking A, man, that damage was done, and we just got beat the fuck up that inning. And we just give up 6 runs after being up 1-0. Now we're down 5. 8 hits total already for the Rangers, and now we need our offense to be able to produce to get us back in the game. Terrible outing there for Logan Evans, which was going to be something that we knew at some point would happen. It's like you're not going to be able to start off your year, 5-0 and, be the next phenom, especially being a low round draft pick as Logan Evans has been and was. All right, I still have faith. We just got to be able to, chip away, get it to 6-2 and then 6-3, 6-4. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. Next up, 0 for 1, first baseman, Rowdy Tellez. Batting second, 0 for 1, right fielder, Miles Mastroboni. And batting third, 0 for 1, third baseman, Ben Williamson. Let's go Mariners. Just got to chip away. End of the third, 6-1 Rangers. Flying Monk, appreciate you. Top of the fourth, 6-1 Rangers. First pitch, low and away. 1-0 count from DeGrom to Tellez. Come on, Rowdy. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike from DeGrom to Rowdy. 1-1 pitch, 10 feet off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike from DeGrom to Rowdy. Come on, Tellez. And we're either going to need, back-to-back hits and to get on a nice rally like the Rangers, or we're going to need a couple home runs, at some point in this game. In play, on a 2-1 pitch, and flied out to the shortstop, 1 away. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder, Miles Mastroboni. Let's go, Miles. We need to be able to drop a butt down at some point, too. Pitch low and away. Strike looking with the slider. 0-1 count. Evans just lost control when he gave up 6 in that inning. So, quick recap. Polo grounded out to second. Rivas scored. 1-0 Mariners in the top of the third. And then the bottom of the third, everything just went to hell. They had bases loaded, and then Seager singled the right. Krim scored. Smith scored. 2-1 Rangers. Then Simeon singled the left. 3-1 Rangers. Then Adolis Garcia singled to center, 5-1, bringing in Seager and Simeon. Heim to third, and then Young singled to left. Heim scored to make it 6-1. So they just went on a fucking explosion from Seager to Young. Everyone getting a base knock. No home runs, but we're feeling the pain as if we just gave up like a grand salami in that last inning, and pretty tough. 2 away. Next up is Big Ben Williamson. Let's go, Ben. First pitch to Ben Williamson with the pitch inside at the hips. 1-0 count from DeGrom. 1-0 pitch right down the pipe. Takes a strike looking. 1 ball and 1 strike from DeGrom to Big Ben Williamson. 4-seam fastball in the zone. Takes a strike swinging. 1 ball and 2 strikes from DeGrom to Big Ben. Let's go, Ben. We need you. We need you to be that player that you were when you first came up. Pre-back spasm Ben. Post-back spasm Ben, he's had a couple errors at third and hasn't been as good in the box. We're going to need him to start turning that around and stay healthy. High and away, fouled off on a 4-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour by DeGrom. Top of the 4th, 6-1 Rangers. DeGrom on the mound, Big Ben Williamson in the box, nobody on with 2 outs. And we have still half of the matchup to catch up in this game. And in play, and Williamson flied out to right. A very easy inning there for the Rangers against Seattle. And let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning as the M's are down by 5. Curious to see how long they're going to keep Evans in. He started off his career with a 1-0 record, an ERA of 3.60 at home. But this first road game start for him has not been as fruitful. Next up for the Rangers, 2 for 2 and a run, center fielder Josh Smith. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a run, left fielder Wyatt Langford. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a run and 2 RBIs, the guy that started it off, Corey Seager. And literally everybody has a hit for the Rangers besides Jock, Jonah Heim, and Krim. So we have to be able to do the same on our side. And hopefully we can have a monster inning or at least chip away, to get it to at least 6-3 by like the 6th. And if we can do that, we should have a pretty good chance to catch up. We've already won the series though, so again, if we do lose this game, it's not going to, really make a difference. We've won 8 consecutive series. Typically we lose game 1 and wins games 2 and 3, but we have been winning game 1 in the last couple series. But again, anytime you have a chance for a sweep, you want it, right? You want to get the brooms out. And I'm still, it's not looking good, let's be honest, but I still think we have a chance to at least get close or catch up. Just a bad inning by Evans. But remember, this is only his second start in MLB. He's essentially a AAA Tacoma Rainier pitcher. So first pitch takes a strike looking to Josh Smith and getting ahead of the count with that changeup. 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees with the changeup again. 1 ball and 1 strike from Evans to Smith. 1-1 pitch, fouled off with the curve. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Evans to Smith. Come on, baby. And Smith is batting .299 here in 2025. Got to get him out. Come on, Logan. In play. And a single to left. You got Randy playing too deep, right in between Ben Williamson and Randy Arozarena. Stop the bleeding, baby. Nice hit by Josh Smith. Next up, Wyatt Langford. We need a double play here. Slow dribbler right up to second base or the shortstop by Rivas or JP. Evans getting lit up in play and grounded out into the double play. My ESP is strong. There we go. You just got to call it, and then it happens. Nice double play. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly what we needed. Hell yeah. Next up, shortstop, Corey Seager. My ESP is strong. First pitch to Seager, high and away. 0-1 count. Bottom of the fourth, 6-1 Rangers. Evans on the mound, Seager in the box. And hopefully we can get out of this inning unscathed, and that will be the only big inning they have the rest of the game. And Seager singled to left. Man, he's hot right now. So is Josh. So is Evans as well. But Josh Smith hot, Seager hot. Got to stop the bleeding. Nice base knock there by Corey Seager. Next up, DHing Jock Peterson, 0 for 2. We need a force out at second. Good ESPN, baby. First pitch right down the pipe, fouled off from Evans to Jock. 0-1 count. No, but again, if we have any chance of, tying this game or, getting close to 4 to 5 runs or winning, we can't have the Rangers score any more the rest of the game. Like we literally have to shut them down the rest of the way. And at the very most, maybe one more run and we, maybe get to 7. And that might be the maximum that we can give up. Especially when we're only at the 1 at this point. Strike swinging, change up. And behind in the count now, 0-2 from Evans to Jock. Smoke his ass. Come on now. We need the trident to come out. And Peterson strikes out looking. Got him. There we go. It's like you have one bad inning, but you got to recover. You don't want to have one bad inning and then another bad inning, and then all of a sudden it's 10-1 and the game is over. So nice job by Logan Evans as well as the defense on getting that double play. ESPN is strong here. Let's fucking go. ESP, baby. Let's go to the top of the 5th and see who's up for the Mariners. All right, here we go. Exactly what we need. Leading off 1 for 1 with a run. This could be the inning where we get to 2 or 3 runs. Starting it off, second baseman, Leo Rivas. Maybe even drop the bunt down. Just saying. Batting second, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. 1 for 2. Let's make it 2 for 3. And if we can get Rivas on base with a single, J.P. on with a single, boom. 3-run homer, DH, Jorge Polanco. 0 for 2, RBI and a K. But if we get it to 6-4, we're right back in business. Let's get it, baby. Let's go, M's. Let's take a quick look at the stats, obviously, for the pitchers. DeGrom, obviously, much better right now than Logan Evans. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and only 1 K for DeGrom. 76 pitches in, 49 strikes, ERA of 2.68. So we haven't wore him down completely just yet. And unfortunately for Logan Evans, when you end up giving up 6 fucking runs in 1 inning, it's not looking too good here. 4 innings pitched, 10 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 Ks, 74 pitches, 49 strikes, but your ERA coming into the game was 3.60. Now your ERA is 8. So that's a fucking problem. And hopefully the offense can help Logan out because he dug our team into quite a bit of a hole there. But good experience for him. But again, we need George Kirby and Logan Evans back ASAP. We can't have, Emerson Hancock and Logan Evans forever. This is just a temporary Band-Aid. First pitch, high and away from DeGrom to Rivas. 1-0 count. Let's go, fucking Leo. Let's get this rally started this inning. Trident's up. Let's go. And I got confidence, in Leo, JP, and Polo. That might be the most reliable 3 guys in a row that would be, in the box that you would want. Obviously we know Julio is streaky. Cal, obviously can be streaky as well, but a little bit more consistent than Julio, right? Randy, is a very streaky player as well. So these would be the guys that you would want to start the rally. Pitch fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes from DeGrom to Rivas. Let's go, Leo. I believe in you. I know Reflect does as well. Let's go. And I don't care how you get on. You get hit by a pitch, but it doesn't lead to an injury, fine. Take a walk, fine. Single, fine. Bunt, fine. You know, however you need to do it. Let's just find a way to get to first. And then we know Leo can steal to second, and we can get a runner in scoring position for JP and then Polo. Pitch fouled off. 3 consecutive pitches fouled off. 4-seam fastball, slider, and another 4-seam fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes from DeGrom to Rivas. In play. And flied out to left. Deep hit ball there from Rivas. That's a good sign for later in the game. Nice job, Leo. It's all right, man. Next up, shortstop, JP Crawford. Let's go, JP. I don't know if you need to drop the bunt down right here or, you know, again, you've been seeing the ball as good as anybody besides maybe Polo. But good defense there by the Rangers in left, 1 away. First pitch, a foot off the plate with the curveball from DeGrom, 1-0 count to JP. Let's go, Crawdaddy. We need you, baby. Someone needs to start this rally. Let's go. Bring that electricity. We need it. Takes a strike looking right down the pipe. 1 ball and 1 strike from DeGrom to Crawford. Top of the 5th, 6-1 Rangers. Logan Evans kind of shit the bed in the previous inning, but they're in the 3rd, but better in the 4th. But we got a lot of room to make up here. Takes a strike swinging, low and at the knees with the slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes from DeGrom to Crawford. Come on, JP. And Crawford strikes out swinging, 2 away. Next up is Jorge Polanco. First pitch, strike looking with the curve inside the zone. 0-1 count. Come on, baby. We're down 5. We need some magic. We need that Soto mojo, you know, somewhere between the 6th and the 7th inning to help us get close. So that way we're only down by 2 or 3 runs when we get into the 8th inning. Pitch low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from DeGrom to Polo. 1-1 pitch. Takes a strike swinging in the zone. Low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes from DeGrom to Polanco. Come on, Polo. I mean, hell, even getting a solo dinger and getting this to 6-2 would raise the spirits. 385 average there for Polo. 9 homers, 26 ribbies. And down goes Polo. Oh, man, this is going to be tough. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 5th inning and see who's up next for the Rangers. And I'm curious to see how long they go with Evans. You know, obviously 1 bad inning. He got out of it, you know, so I assume that he'll go, you know, for the whole 6th inning unless he gives up 2 or 3 runs. And hopefully that doesn't happen. Next up, 1 for 2 with a run, RBI, and a K. Second baseman Marcus Semien. Batting second, 0 for 1 with a run and a base on ball, catcher Jonah Heim. And batting third, after Jonah Heim here, 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, right fielder in the 7 hole, Adolis Garcia. 6 runs, 10 hits for the Rangers, 1 run, 3 hits. And again, normally we need 4 runs, 7 to 10 hits, but that wouldn't even be enough to win here today. But again, we just need to be able to cut into this lead and get it to 6-3 by the 8th. I don't know how we're going to do it, but if we can do that and we're down 3 and we have 2 innings to get 3 runs, we will have a chance. But again, that's a big if. You know, it is possible that we could have a monster 4 or 5 run inning at some point as well, but you know, we're going to have to wait for DeGrom to go out for that to happen. So, not JT in the building. What's good? And then we got the NASCAR Cup Series worth 400 in Texas, and the last driver to win that was Chase Elliott. Napa know-how last year, so hopefully, you know, Chase Elliott can get the victory here today because, again, He's been doing great in the points, but he only has the one win so far at Bowman Gray, and that was kind of an exhibition race before the Daytona 500. So I got that pulled up here as well, rooting my guy on, Mr. Napa Know-How. And they are doing their, 100th anniversary, so they got, the gold ride for Chase Elliott, which is looking pretty fresh out there. I got to give Chase some love. First pitch from Evans to Simeon. Low and away. 1-0 count with the sinker. 91 miles an hour from Evans to Simeon. 1-0 pitch. Takes a strike looking. Jams the hitter inside. 1 ball and 1 strike from Evans to Marcus Simeon. 1-1 pitch to Simeon. Low and away again. 2 balls and 1 strike. And here he is, Mr. Napa Know-How. Let's go, Chase. Let's get the dub today. We're in stage 1, 56 to go. 25 laps in out of 267. And I'll definitely be watching that after this is over. Takes a strike swinging. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Evans to Marcus Simeon. And Simeon strikes out swinging. There you go, Logan. Way to recover, my guy. Nice job. Way to find yourself. There you go. 1 away. Way to bring that electricity after getting blown up in the 3rd. Next up, catcher Jonah Heim. First pitch, low and at the knees with the 4-seam fastball, 91 miles an hour, 1-0 count from Evans to Heim. 1-0 pitch, 2 feet off the plate, high and away with the cutter, 2-0 count from Evans to Heim. 2-0 pitch, strike swinging on the sinker, right on the line. 2 balls and 1 strike from Evans to Heim. Two-one pitch, fouled off, right down the pipe with the 4-seam fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Evans to Heim. Not JT in the building, Matt in the building. What's good? Cindric, Barry, Busher, Hocevar, Larson in your top 5. Byron, McDowell, Dylan, Briscoe, and Bell. Where the hell is Chase Elliott at? Not even in the top 20? That's not good. Come on, Chase. And Heim single to center off the 2-2 pitch. Next up is Adolis Garcia. We need a double play here. Slow dribbler right up to Leo Rivas or JP. Throw to first, and then we get out of this inning unscathed. Bottom of the 5th, runner at first, 1 out, 6-1 Rangers lead. We've already won the series, winning the first 2 games, but we were going for the sweep, which is hard to do. We did sweep the Rangers, at Seattle earlier in the year, but this one's going to be much, much harder to do here, down 5, with only a couple innings to go. 1-0 pitch inside with the sinker. High and tight at the head. 2-0 count from Evans to Garcia. 2-0 pitch, strike swinging, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Evans to Garcia. Chase Elliott in 22nd place. Come on, Chase. 51 to go in stage 1. Tries to jam the hitter again. High and tight inside. 3 balls and 1 strike from Evans to Garcia. Takes a strike looking. There we go. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Evans to Garcia. Come on, baby. Come on, Logan.
Oh my gosh.
Garcia in the box. And Logan Evans on the mound. And he got him, baby. Garcia strikes out swinging. Nice job. There we go, Logan. That's what I'm talking about, baby. 2 away. We needed that. Let's go. It's time to rally. Next up is Josh Young. First pitch, low and away. 5 feet off the plate. 1-0 count from Evans to Young. There we go. I like a nice fast inning there. And again, we had a very bad 3rd inning, obviously, but he's recovered nicely in the 4th and the 5th. And again, if we're going to end up having any chance, we have to keep them at 6 the rest of the way. And even with that being said, we could still, end up losing by 5, 4, 3 runs. But I feel like we're not going to finish with just 1. We'll wait for DeGrom to go out, see what their pen looks like, and we should be able to have a good inning against maybe a questionable guy in the pen. Same thing could go for us as well. But if Brash gets out there, he can get it done. But you're probably not going to see Andres Munoz here today. All right, end of the 5th inning. Let's get to the top of the 6th, and we need production. Next up, 1-for-1 with a base on ball. This would be a great time to get us going. Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, 0-for-1 with a base on ball. We need you as well. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And batting third, a guy that's been a little streaky and definitely is due for a homer. Left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Come on, Julio. You got the trident. Come on, Cal. You got the trident. Come on, Randy. You got the trident. Something's got to give. Let's go, Mariners. 45 laps to go. Cindric, Berry, Busher, Hocevar, and Larson in your top 5. Byron, McDowell, Dillon, Briscoe, and Gibbs in your top 10. Christopher Bell and Bubba Wallace, 11th and 12th. Where is Chase? Come on. Oh, I bet. Well, especially if you're, working for like a trucking company and you're gone a lot, again, I feel like, whatever bond that you have with your son, if someone that has a daughter, or if you have, kittens or puppies, time flies, and again, you want to make sure that you have as much time as possible with your loved ones. All right, Webb is coming in for DeGrom, so we should be able to rake now the rest of the game. Now, we've dug ourselves in a fucking 5-inning hole here, but we don't got to worry about DeGrom anymore. So hopefully Webb is shaky. Maybe he'll end up hitting a couple guys. Maybe he'll walk a couple guys. Maybe we can get lucky with a bunt or 2. Just finding ways to get on base. And we have to see if we can rough Webb up. First pitch, takes a strike looking, high on the zone in the corner, high and away. 0-1 count for Julio Rodriguez. 0-1 pitch, sweeper, low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike from Webb to Julio. Come on, J-Rod. We need you, baby. Let's go. 1-1 pitch, takes a strike looking with the sweeper, inside at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Webb to Rodriguez. 1-2 pitch, fouled off, tried to jam him high and tight inside. 4-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour from Webb. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, top of the 6th. We're down by 5, 6-1 lead for the Rangers. I will. I'll pray for you. Hopefully you'll get it, my guy. Pitch inside at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Webb to Julio. Jacob Webb with an ERA of 4.60, so should be a little bit easier to do some damage here. Two count from Webb to Julio. In play. And flied out to center, 1 away. Next up, big dumper catcher Cal Raleigh. 0 for 1 with a base on ball. We could really use a home run here. Come on, Cal. First pitch, strike swinging with a four-seam fastball from Webb. 0-1 count. In play, and Raleigh flies out to right just like Julio. 2 away. Next up is Randy Arozarena. First pitch, high and away, four-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour from Webb to Arozarena. 1-0 count. Come on, Randy. One 0 pitch, four-seam fastball, high and away again. 2-0 count from Webb to Randy. Even if Randy can force a walk here, just get someone on base. Two 0 pitch, takes a strike looking with that four-seam fastball right down the pipe. 2 balls and 1 strike from Webb to Arozarena. 2-1 pitch, takes another strike looking in the zone with the changeup this time. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Webb to Randy Arozarena. We need a spark. Come on now. In play, and Arozarena singles to left, baby. There we go. You got to believe. Nice job, Randy. Next up is Rowdy Tellez. 0 for 2. This would be an amazing time for him to go with a 2-run jack to get it to 6-3. That would be amazing. Yeah, that might be asking too much, but, you know, we know Rowdy has the power. First pitch with the changeup, takes a strike swinging in the zone from Webb to Tellez, 0-1 count. Top of the 6th, Randy on first, 2 outs, down by 5. We just need to get it to 6-3 by the 8th. Longest active on-base streaks, Schwarber with 40, Aaron Judge with 29, and Randy Arozarena with 28. 0-1 pitch, 10 feet off the plate from Webb to Tellez. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rowdy Tellez. 1-1 pitch, tries to jam the hitter high and tight, fouls it off. 92 miles an hour with a four-seam fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. With a runner at first with 2 outs, Webb on the mound, Tellez in the box. Come on, Rowdy. Let's get back in the game. 1 swing can do it. Come on, Rowdy. Be that Canadian killer that you are. You started to get hot against the Blue Jays, and we play them in 2 series. We play the Athletics starting tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific, which will be live. And the series after that, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, will be against the Blue Jays at home. And Tellez grounds out to second, and that is the end of the Mariners. Go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Next up, 0 for 1 with a run, a base on ball, and a K. First baseman, Blaine Krim. Batting second, 3 for 3 and a run, center fielder Josh Smith. He's having a great game. And batting third, left fielder Wyatt Langford. 1 for 3 and a run. Let's go Mariners. First pitch from Legomina to Krim. So Logan Evans' day is done. And hopefully I got to cancel out some of these things here, open up some more windows. 1-0 pitch, fouled off, high and tight. 1 ball and 1 strike from Legomina to Krim. In play and hit by pitch. Come on, Legomina. Not the start that you were looking for. And if this is the way that Legomina is going to pitch, I mean, it's going to be a lot harder to come back. Next up, 3 for 3 with a run. Runner at first. We need a double play, a slow dribbler right up the middle to Rivas or JP. As Cal is wincing in pain there. First pitch from Legomina to Josh Smith, 10 feet off the plate, 1-0 count with the 4-seam fastball. One-0 pitch, 10 feet off the plate again, 2-0 count from Legomina to Smith. Come on, baby. We need a rally. Got to hold them to 6 the rest of the way. Two singles, a double, a run. This series 4 for 11 for Josh Smith. In play. And flied out to the shortstop. 1 away. Next up, left fielder Wyatt Langford. 1 for 3 with a run, with a runner at first. First pitch from Legomita to Langford. High and tight inside, fouled off. Tried to jam the hitter. 0-1 count. Come on, Mariners. Oh, 1 pitch, low and away, 5 feet off the plate with the sweeper. 1 ball and 1 strike from Legomita to Langford. 1-1 pitch, high and tight inside. 2 balls and 1 strike from Legomita to Langford. 2-1 pitch, strike looking right down the pipe. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Legomita to Wyatt Langford. Come on, baby, got to get out of this inning. We need a double play here, right up the middle. A little slow dribbler to Rivas or JP, throw to first, and get out of this inning unscathed. And we got to find a way to be able to get something in the 7th. We need 2 runs in the 7th, and then we're going to need at least a run in the 8th, and then 2 in the 9th. So asking a lot. 2-2 pitch, sweeper, fouled off. In the zone, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Wyatt Langford. Two-two pitch, four-seam fastball, high and inside, fouled off. Count remains 2-2 from Legomita to Langford. 2-2 pitch, sweeper, 10 feet off the plate. Count now is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. Legomita does not look good. He's all over the place. And there's the walk. Brutal. Next up, shortstop Corey Seager. 2 for 3 with a run and 2 RBIs. Mariners down by 5 in the bottom of the 6th. We got to get Seager out. We need a double play. Or at least a force out at third. We have a mound visit now with Cal Raleigh and Woodworth. $12 to go in stage 1. Cindric, Berry, Busher, Larson. They're in your top 4. And hopefully Chase can make his way to the top 10 sooner than later. 69 laps in out of 267. I'll definitely be tuning into that after this is over. And Seager lined out, thank God, 2 away. Next up is Jock Peterson. First pitch to Jock. Takes a strike looking in the zone, high and away. 0-1 count from Legomita to Peterson. All right, baby, 1 more out. And then we're going to need 2 runs in the 7th, 1 run in the 8th, and 2 in the 9th. It's the only way. 0-1 pitch. Takes a strike swinging on a 4-seam fastball off the plate. Line now in the count, 0-2 from Legomita to Jock Peterson. I mean, if this was the Mariners team from last year, I would say 0% chance of a comeback. But in the 2025 Seattle Mariner team, I would say, there's probably a 10% chance. It's not looking good, but again, we have come back from situations like this before a couple times already early in the season like this, when we've been down 3, 4, 5 runs and come back late. But we've already won the series. So again, it's going to take a lot. We're either going to need to have a monster inning, or a couple home runs. And we haven't really shown that that's going to happen, at least up to this point. But, never count us out till it's over. Next up for the Mariners here in the top of the 7th, 0 for 2, right fielder Miles Mastrobuoni. Come on, Miles, drop the bunt down. We need you. Batting second, 0 for 2, third baseman Ben Williamson. Maybe you need to drop a bunt down. And then batting third, 1 for 2 with a run, second baseman Leo Rivas. Come on, baby. We need to get 2 runs this inning. Let's go. I appreciate that, Ryan. What did you send it on? Did you send it on Cash App or something else? Did you send it on like Venmo or the Cash App? Because I don't have anything coming through on my end. Just the one from earlier, so I don't know if it just hasn't gone through yet. But nothing's on my end yet. But once it goes through, then we'll be able to update it on the stream, but not on there yet, but I appreciate it. First pitch to Mastrobuoni from Webb. With the strike swinging high and away. 0-1 count. Oh, 0-1 pitch. Takes a strike looking with a sweeper right down the pipe. 83 miles an hour behind in the count. 0-2 from Webb to Miles Mastrobuoni. Let's go, Miles. Top of the 7th, 6-1 Rangers. 0-2 pitch, low and at the knees with the changeup, 84 miles an hour from Webb. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Miles Mastrobuoni. In play. And Mastrobuoni grounded out to first. 1 away. Next up, third baseman 0 for 2, Ben Williamson. First pitch, in play, and grounded out to third. Wish Ben was a little bit more patient in his at-bats there. 2 away. Next up, has to be the guy that gets it going, second baseman Leo Rivas. Come on, Leo. That man in the building, what's good? Got the Mariner game on, got the race there at Texas on, and obviously that was the last time Chase won a race at that particular track last year, Texas. So not really doing too good here today, but hopefully he'll work his way up towards the top 10 sooner than later. Top of the 7th, 6-1 Rangers. Next up is Leo Rivas. Come on, Mariners. First pitch to Rivas, takes a strike looking in the pipe. 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, strike looking again on the line. Probably should have been called ball, but called strike. Now Rivas behind in the count, 0-2. 0-2 pitch from Webb. Changeup low and away, 85 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Jacob Webb to Leo Rivas. 1-2 pitch, high and out of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Webb to Rivas. Come on, baby. 10 feet off the plate on the 2-2 pitch. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Leo Rivas. Take the walk if you need to. Let's go, Leo. All right, it finally went through. Yeah, I was going to say it didn't go through before, but it just went through. All right, there we go. And down goes Rivas. Now we're really putting the pressure on. Now we're going to have to get, 3 runs in 1 inning and 2 runs in the next, and that's asking a hell of a lot unless you get a monster inning of 5 runs. What do you want to do for a photo? Appreciate you. Ryan with another $5. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, with little Cactus Jack, bang, bang. And that'll go towards, the internet bill, the streaming bill, food for my dog, just the basic stuff that I need to keep living. So thank you so much. Next up for the Rangers here in the bottom of the 7th in the 7th inning stretch. 1 for 3 with a run, RBI, and 2 Ks, Marcus Semien. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a run and a base on ball, catcher Jonah Heim. And batting third, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a K, Adolis Garcia. Let's go Mariners. And let's see who will be coming in. Still has Legumina in there at some point, but we'll see if that changes or not. All right, got you. And they should have a little bit more to work with, except Ladd McConkey, and again, you got Najee on a short-term deal. You drafted a running back, so they're going to definitely pound the rock more, which is something that they're going to need in a Harbaugh-inspired offense. It's going to be exciting when you go against the Raiders and the Broncos, as well as the Chiefs. It's going to be one of the funnest divisions to watch for quite some time. Love me some J Herb. Always going to be kind of overlooked, compared to a lot of the other guys that are out there. But, hopefully for Charger fans' sake and Harbaugh's legacy, hopefully they can have one chance, to make it to the AFC Championship game as long as Herbert is still under contract. If he ends up going to another team, and ends up getting there that way, so be it. But, hopefully you guys will be able to experience an AFC Championship game at least once, even if you don't win it, but just at least get there, but obviously getting Herbert to at least one Super Bowl, obviously is the goal. We don't know if that will happen because the AFC is so stacked, but, you got to think at some point, the Chiefs are not going to win the division. And obviously Denver probably has the up and up because they have the best defense. Obviously, the offense still has a ways to go, just like the Chargers, as well as the Raiders. But it's going to be a very intriguing division, for the next foreseeable future, especially, once you don't have Reed or Spags or Chris Jones or Mahomes or Kelsey. Once the big 5 goes to the big 4 or maybe the big 3, that might be the chance where we start to see a shift in the division. So first pitch from Bizzardo to Semien, fouled off in the zone, 0-1 count. Edward Bizzardo entering the matchup. Let's go. And Semien flies out to left on the 0-1 pitch, 1 away. Let's go, Bizzardo. Let's get it, baby. Next up is Jonah Heim, 1 for 2 with a run and a base on ball. First pitch with the strike swinging, 0-1 count. Come on, baby. Come on, Chase. Yeah, I know. Again, it's he ended up winning it, but traditionally that's not a very good track. But we'll see how it goes. As the race kind of progresses. 0-1 pitch, strike looking right there on the line. Tried to jam him at the hips. Behind in the count 0-2 from Bizzardo to Heim. Oh, Denny is out. (0-2) pitch, fouled off with a four-seam fastball, high and inside, 94 miles an hour from Bizzardo to Jonah Heim. Come on, baby. Got to get out of this inning unscathed the rest of the way. 0-2 pitch, low and away with the slider, 3 feet off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Bizzardo to Heim. And Heim strikes out swinging. There we go. I like that. Let's go. 2 away. Next up, right fielder Adalis Garcia. 1 more batter. Let's go. Oh, the car actually lit up with the oil pan, huh? No way. I'll have to see a replay of that. There we go. And we get out of the inning. I like that. All right, baby, let's go to the top of the 8th. We got 5 runs to make up in 2 innings. Can we do it? Next up, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, 0 for 3 with an RBI and 2 Ks. That's rare for Jorge Polanco. Got to get that batting average up. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a base on ball center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Come on, Mariners. Got to find a way. Got to get 2 to 3 runs this inning. And then 2 to 3 in the 9th. Let's go. We need all the good luck that we can get. All right, it ain't over till it's over. It's looking pretty bleak right now, but you never know. All it takes is one shitty pitcher from the pen, and then you can rally. And they're making an adjustment, bringing in Minor. Hopefully JP will fuck him up here. Let's go, JP. Gained a few subs last night and today. Now we only need 40 to get to 20,800. Shout out to all the new subs that have subbed recently, not only, in the last couple days, in the last couple weeks, but in 2025. Thank you. I appreciate it. First pitch, J.P. Crawford, high and inside with the sinker. 1-0 count from Milner. Who's going to start at quarterback for the Browns? Deshaun Watson, no question. And then again, they have other guys there. They got like 5 fucking QBs. But again, Flacco is not good enough. At this stage because he's old. 1 away. If you're looking at all the individuals they got, and obviously, you got Dylan Gabriel from the Ducks and Shedeur Sanders from the Buffaloes from Colorado on the roster also, but. And they got, Kenny Pickett there too, who's not good enough to start. So, I mean, at some point, we're going to see Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders, but it won't be right away. They may give one of those guys a shot, if guys get hurt. But I imagine, Pickett will probably get cut out of those 5, and then they'll have the 4 quarterbacks, and they may have to cut Flacco as well. And then they'll end up having, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and Deshaun Watson. And then at some point, hopefully Dylan Gabriel will be able to get traded, and he'll be able to go to a team that actually is good, that has good people there. And then, then you can have Shedeur Sanders there with, Deshaun Watson. It's not like it's really going to work for any quarterback there, but 3 balls and 1 strike from Milner to Garver. Yeah, if that's the case with the updated injury report, then obviously they're going to be looking at the 4 guys unless they cut that down. Flacco, Pickett, Shedeur Sanders, or Dylan Gabriel. But, I mean, whoever you put in there isn't going to be good. Everyone's not going to play well. So it's not like the Browns are going to make the playoffs. They're still going to be a shitty team. So top of the 8th with 1 out. Next up is Julio Rodriguez. Well, it's probably because they didn't want him back and they wanted someone better. Kenny Pickett's not a very good player. I mean, backup, but if you want that type of guy, but I wouldn't want Pickett on my favorite team, even as number 2 or number 3 quarterback, if I'm being honest. And down goes Julio in play, grounded out into the double play. Of course he does. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 8th inning. I mean, at this point, we have to hope that we can get to like 3 before the game ends, but I mean, the way that this game is progressing, it might end up being just a 6-1 final. I'm not sure if the Mariner players are actually trying to win at this point. Maybe just trying to have the game end and then they can, fly to Sacramento. Next up for the Rangers in the bottom of the 8th, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Third baseman Josh Young. Batting in the 9-hole, batting second on deck. 0 for 1 with a K, base on ball and a K, Lane Krim. And batting third, 3 for 4 with a run, having a fantastic day, center fielder Josh Smith. Let's go Mariners. Can't give up any more, and then we're going to need a monster 5-run inning, which is not very likely, but you never know. Yeah, but you can't trade Watson when you owe him all that money. And nobody's going to want him. Who in their right mind would want Deshaun Watson? He's a criminal off the field and an injury-prone player on the field. Like, literally nobody would want him on their team. So, I mean, if you get Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, it'll be, some hype. But look at how many quarterbacks the Browns have gone through in the last, 20 years. They've gone through like a bajillion guys, like you see that meme where you have a guy that's got a Browns jersey and he's got like the tape on it for every fucking quarterback that they've had in the last 20 to 30 years. And it's a long fucking list. But regardless, if you like Dylan Gabriel or not, or if you like Shedeur Sanders or not, I highly doubt either one of those guys will be good enough, to lead this team. Shedeur might be able to bring some butts in the seats, but, seems like kind of a self-centered, me player. So, I don't know how that's going to go over in the locker room. If you start trying to, talk down to the vets and the OGs and you're a rookie, probably not going to go over very well. Enjoy your walk, Reflect. I mean, we did see Flacco lead that team to the playoffs, QB, a couple of years ago. Obviously they need to stay injury-free and to be dominant on defense, with Myles Garrett and company. But, offense is not very good, and, the whole Nick Chubb experience is over. So we'll see, where it goes. But, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if they finish in 3rd or 4th, in the division. And Bizzardo just walks Josh Young. 4 balls out of 5 pitches, Young to first. Young with a walk. Next up is first baseman Blaine Krem, where we need a double play. But I wouldn't want to play on the Browns. It's a terrible organization, terrible vibe, terrible aura, terrible ownership and management and coaches. It's like, it's crazy to think that even Myles Garrett, obviously he's thinking legacy, so he can be like the best Cleveland Brown ever. That might be the only good thing that the Browns have had in the last 20 fucking years, is Myles Garrett. That's kind of sad, if you think of like one guy in the last 20 fucking years. I mean, Nick Chubb was kind of cool when he was healthy. He gave you a little bit of excitement and whatnot, but it's not like they're the team like I used to watch when I was a kid, when they actually legit were good with Bernie Kosar. That's the last time the Browns were like legit. And Blaine Krem got him. There we go. Pizzardo strikes out Blaine Krem. 1 away. Down goes Krem. Next up, center fielder Josh Smith. Bottom of the 8th, 1 out, 6-1 Rangers. Come on, Pizzardo. Yeah, Browns and Chargers are nowhere near in the same category, though. You have Harbaugh as a coach, which is a better coach than anybody in Cleveland has had in fucking ever. And on top of that, you got a better quarterback. You got Ladd McConkey. Yeah, some of the players are going to come and go on the defense, and it's always going to be injury prone where it looks like good on paper, but a lot of times it doesn't really pan out. But with Harbaugh leading, the team, you have a better chance to win, and it could be worse. There's a lot of other situations that are much worse than the Chargers, the Cowboys, the Browns, the Giants, the Jets. I mean, I can go on forever. So, you're always going to end up being, close to 10 wins. And if for whatever reason you have a few injuries and you end up being 9-8 or 8-9, or you end up having more injuries than expected, including Herbert, and go 7-10, it could be a blessing where you end up getting a higher draft pick and that ends up helping you get to the 10-win plateau. But again, with the Raiders, with Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly, and with Geno and Ashton Genty, they're on the come up. Broncos, trying to have the number 1 defense in the league, and obviously drafting really well, and they need more pieces for Bo Nix, just like Herbert and Ladd McConkey need more for your Chargers. But it's going to be very competitive, in that division. Chiefs are getting older, and the other 3 teams are getting better. So, bottom of the 8th, runner at first, 6-1 Rangers. Pizzardo on the mound, Smith in the box. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Pizzardo to Smith. The Cowboys are stupid. Everything that they do is just, idiotic. But again, if you have an owner that wants to be the face of the franchise over Dak and over the head coach, you already know that is a big red flag. So it really doesn't matter who they draft or who they bring into free agency. And typically they don't draft well. They don't get good free agents. They're cheap. They're kind of like the Lakers, where even though the Lakers made the big move for Luka, is it really about winning championships now, or is it just putting butts in the seats and trying to make it like an event? Like going to a movie or a show or a concert. That's what Laker games feel like and Cowboy games feel like, even though the Lakers are better than the Cowboys. But essentially, you're not winning any championships. You're just trying to put on a show and to sell jerseys and sell beer and just trying to make a profit, not being really serious on winning. In play on the 3-2 pitch, and not a good look. Pizzardo gives up a triple to Josh Smith. Josh Young scores 7-1 Rangers. And I think at this point, we can officially say that this game is over. We're not coming back now. Especially if the pitching is progressively getting worse and worse, and they're getting hits, and the fans are in it. And again, we've beaten this team 5 times in a row. So at some point, you're going to have to win one. And I guess this is the one that they're going to win. Next up, Wyatt Langford. But I would like to see and Langford, sacrifice fly. Smith scores 8-1 Rangers. But I would like to see us, if it's possible, if we could actually get to 3 runs. Still lose 8-3. Hopefully that's where it goes, but at least give us a little momentum, going into the Athletic series tomorrow as we fly to Sacramento. And the Athletics are a good team this year. I would love to see the Mariners and the Athletics make the playoffs over the Rangers, Astros, and the Angels, obviously. But shitty performance here today, all across the board, and I know it'll be better tomorrow. Next up is Corey Seager. But hard to win, when you have a AAA pitcher and all the other guys just keep shitting the bed. And Seager grounded out to second, and now we're down to our last 3 batters, and hopefully we get something. Shows you how important the bullpen really is. Like, if your starting pitching is bad and your bullpen is bad, then that's how you end up getting 8 fucking runs, and you only have 1. Next up, Big Dumper, 0 for 2 with a base on ball, Cal Raleigh. I would take a garbage home run here. Who cares? And then filling in for Randy Arozarena is Rylan Thomas. And after him will be Rowdy Telez. Let me get the Rylan Thomas photo up. Can't win them all. Mariner Moose couldn't come up clutch for us today, but that's all right. It happens. At least we won the series, 2 games out of 3, so. All right, so we got Cal Raleigh 0 for 2 with a base on ball. We got Rylan Thomas, who made his MLB debut just a couple days ago. And obviously this will be his first at-bat. And then batting third, 0 for 3, Rowdy Telez. So, you have a chance for a homer here, you have a chance for a homer here, and you have a chance for Rylan Thomas to get on base with a single or a double. So we'll see where it goes. I mean, it could still end up being an 8-1 final, but, I want to be able to try to find the little wins in a bad day. Something that we can be positive about carrying over tomorrow. And again, the Athletic series is going to be fucking hard. They have been really playing good ball. And like I said, in spring training, before we started the regular season, what did I say? I told y'all the 2 teams that were going to be better than last year were going to be the Athletics and the Red Sox, and they are. And, there's a chance that both of those teams could make the playoffs. I think the Red Sox are going to make it for sure behind the Yankees, but the Athletics probably are going to have a special injury-free year, and they're going to have to continue their hot streak. But it would be awesome to see the Mariners and the Athletics rather than the Mariners and the Rangers or, someone else, or Mariners and Astros. But, it would be nice to see some new teams get some love, but we'll have to wait and see if that's possible. All right, well, now they have Jackson coming in to try to close this out. Cal Raleigh, first pitch, takes a strike looking. 0-1 count. Come on, Big Dumper. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees with the curve. 1 ball and 1 strike from Jackson to Big Dumper. Yeah, Padres have been killing it. Dodgers have been killing it. Giants have been killing it. Tigers have been killing it. Cubs have been killing it. But for me, it's like I like seeing the teams that normally aren't as dominant really be dominant. So for me, it's like I like seeing the Giants. I like seeing the Tigers, the Cubs, the Mariners, the Athletics. Those, Padres have already been good for a long time, the last few years. So that's not a surprise. But the Giants, the Cubs, the Tigers, the Mariners, Athletics, that's a surprise. And a pleasant surprise at that. And Cal Raleigh strikes at Luckin, 1 away. It's okay, Cal. I still love you. Next up, first at bat in this particular matchup, Rylan Thomas. Come on, Rylan. Welcome to the show. Jacksonville is actually a good destination. If you're really thinking about it, you got Travis Hunter there. He's going to be a star. There's no guarantee that, the QB there, Trevor Lawrence, he hasn't really lived up to expectations. and whatnot. But, this will be kind of the last couple years where you can kind of decide, do you want to, pay this guy, or do you want to move on? And Thomas grounds out to first, 2 away. All right, we're down to our last batter. But, I think Travis Hunter looks good in the Jacksonville uniform. The division is up for grabs. It's not going to be the Texans winning it every year with C.J. Stroud. Colts are getting better. Jags are getting better. The only thing that for sure is the Titans are ass, but they might be a little bit more watchable with Cam Ward and Tyler Lockett. We'll find out. They're still going to be shitty, but kind of feels like it'll be a 3-team race between the Jags, the Colts, and the Texans, and we'll see where it goes. Next up is Rowdy Tellez. First pitch, fouled off, 0-1 count. But as far as shitty teams, Jacksonville is probably one of the better destinations for one of the bottom 10 teams. I would rather go there than the Giants or the Browns, or if I had a choice to go to that particular team. And we'll see what Liam Cohen can open up that offense. Pitch fouled off. Now behind in the count, 0-2 from Jackson to Tellez. Now we're down to our last strike here. 0-2 pitch, low and at the knees with a slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Jackson to Tellez. I think with the Panthers, I'm in the NFC South, so I covered the whole division very tight. Pitches outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Their owner is not a good person. Anytime you have an owner that will throw beer on the fans when the fans are talking shit, not a good look, a very immature individual. So again, I wish the best for them, but they're going to be a bottom feeder for quite some time. And I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. The Saints are getting older, and now it looks like it's going to be between the Falcons and the Bucks for the foreseeable future. And Saints will try to catch up and get back to where they were. And the Panthers, they may be able to get to third, and Saints end up being last at some point, in the next few years. But it kind of feels with Michael Penix Jr. and the Falcons, they're the biggest threat to the Buccaneers, who will continue to win the division year in and year out. And Tellez strikes out swinging, and that is the game. Rough one here for us Mariner fans, but we did win the series, 8 consecutive series. And again, we got the Athletics Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I will be live at 7 p.m. tomorrow, and hopefully we can win 2 out of 3 against them. Then Thursday, we have a day off for the Mariners, but I may do a Dodger game if they're playing or something else. And then we do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We finally come home to T-Mobile Park, and we go against the Blue Jays. So these next 2 series are going to be very critical to keep the hot streak going. Final score, Rangers 8, Mariners 1. Not ideal. Logan Evans got roughed up, but I have confidence that we'll be able to bounce back. And again, it's not often that this team in 2025 gets 1 run. But give the Rangers love and give them credit. They earned this one today. And I hope everyone has a fantastic day. I got to be able to watch the rest of the NASCAR Cup Series race there at Texas. Thank you to all the people that wished your boy a happy birthday a couple days ago. And again, we'll be back. Again, you're not going to be able to win them all. But a final score, Rangers 8, Mariners 1. And I will be live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific. And I got one question for you. But talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Shout out to Reflect, Flying Monk, as well as Ryan for the support on the donos. I appreciate you guys tremendously. And I am out. Okay.